Yeah, it's a Friday, not just any other Friday, but a unique Friday in Atlanta, Piedmont Park. The weather is nice. If you're in Florida, you're probably out on the beach. If you're out here in Georgia, you're probably out on a lake somewhere. Either way, you're doing something fun and appreciating this weather because it doesn't last very long. But I wanted to highlight what is important to me because this is my cast and I get to talk about whatever the hell I want. In this cast, what I wanted to talk about is yeah, the economy is really bad. There's a lot of people not having kids because they're scared. I've heard people make comments like, "What is it? Uh, what's the point? Why would you bring another life into this difficult world, into this harsh world, without any real stake?" The older folks, the boomers, they figured out how to corner all the wealth for themselves. They've rigged the system, and corruption is at an all-time high, up and down the entire value chain. Doesn't matter whether it's all the way up with the government, the presidency, and these Trump meme coins, or all the way down to like small-scale crime is at an all-time high. But one thing is important. There's a lot going on here in Piedmont. I'm gonna find out what it is. So there are young folks who have decided, well, I don't have a stake in this. They don't want us to be part of this. And so what do? They recuse themselves. They've withdrawn. A lot of people don't want to be part of the game anymore. Because you if you were gonna play a game, you want to play to win. You don't want to play a rigged game. And for a while now, we've all been forced to play a rigged game. And a lot of us are tired of it. A lot of us don't want to play anymore. So something getting set up here. They're trying to have an event. Excuse me. Do you know what event this is? Oh, it's a okay. That's cool. Is it like is it social media, YouTube, or is it a big production? Huh? Ah, cool, cool. Have a good day. So, so a good part of the Piedmont Park has been cornered off by people shooting a commercial, a mayonnaise commercial. Who knew? Who knew you could do that? It's really cool. Really, really cool. Witnessing, yeah. So a lot of people have recused themselves. A lot of young folks. Statistically, I read 40% of men in general have had an opportunity to to reproduce and have an offspring, as against 80% of women who get a chance to reproduce. And so you're sitting there, and if you're a young man and you're facing those kind of numbers, you're like, shit. What are the chances? And now it's even worse if you're 30 years old and you've never asked a woman out in your life, you're screwed. You're like it's almost a guaranteed chance you ain't getting laid. Facts. So you might as well just call it. And so you have the deck is stacked up against a lot of people. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm not that guy. I'm the kind of guy I play to win. And so I've never had an issue approaching females. I'm a good looking man, a smart guy. Now, obviously, you can get them, but you need money to keep them. And so I work hard and I try to make a few bucks here and there. So They don't walk away on me. Um, and then some you win some and you lose some. You know, you can't win them all. Uh, and and that's how I was able to secure me a woman who loves me, who cares about me, and she's had children for me. So if you're out there and you're young, you've never, this is my challenge to you. Get out there and talk. Just, just take a chance. Take a chance. Accumulate the no's, and that's how you're gonna get that yes. Because we've got to turn this thing around. Trump is making moves. He's he's selling it. See, he sold the idea of a golden era for the country. I'm one of the people who are optimistic about it. A lot of people don't believe him. They think of him as a grifter. I look at it like, what's there to lose? The trajectory that we're on has been shitty for a while. What's there to lose? You know, there's another guy who wants to do something about it. Cool, have at it. It's not like we have any say. If you're an average wagey that don't make much money, you ain't, we're told our vote counts. If you don't have money, it doesn't matter. Money talks. If you don't have money, you ain't getting nothing. If you don't have money, you don't have a voice. So I think that's the number one goal is to figure out how to make money in your 20s and 30s. Once you secure the bag in your 20s and 30s, then you can live your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond more comfortable. You can make more, you can make smarter calls that are not fear driven. You don't have to worry about where to lay your head. You don't have to worry about a lot of things. You can just make easy decisions. And so, what are we talking about here today? Number one, just because the economy is bad doesn't mean it's the end of the road. Does not mean that um, there's still opportunities. The opportunities are only available to the ones who are willing to take them. They're not smarter than you. They're not more talented than you. They're just willing to take the chance. So I dare you to be one of those who dare to take the chance to just fail. Fail, what we describe as fail. I don't think it's failure, but take a chance at failing multiple times and eventually you get the win. How many at bats before you hit a home run? You know, just to keep like government contracts, keep putting bids until you get what you're looking for. You have to keep making keep taking shots. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is I think the best years I think the best years that you're gonna have is when you have children. Okay? Oh shit. Found myself walking in water on grass. What is that? What a beautiful day. Gotta be at the park to experience this. With all this money they're spending on one commercial. It's amazing. I can shoot that commercial for them on AI a lot cheaper. I don't think you need to spend this much money on one commercial. There's also business opportunity right there. That's if these corporations are willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to shoot a commercial, there's a lot of money floating out there. tap into. So be a believer. Don't be afraid. There's opportunities for everybody. You just have to be willing to take that shot, take a chance at it. Let me go that way. Climb a hill. Yeah, I was talking about children. I have two kids, and I've got to tell you, ages ages 0 to 3, maybe 4, feels like the hardest for a father. I mean, it just trying to learn your kid. They don't. My daughter, my oldest daughter's not speaking full sentences, and so she throws a tantrum. You try to figure out why she's throwing a tantrum or why she's not happy. Uh, so makes you really emotional. Really, you have to deploy a lot of patience. They're very hard, but I'm hoping that starting from age 4 or 5, all the way up to maybe until they leave, until she's 8, just full on adult. That's when I want to be present the most and enjoy those years because they go by so fast. Going up a hill, trying to get some cardio. Yeah, those years go by so fast, and sadly, a lot of people will not get that opportunity. But I think if you want a chance at having your own offspring, raising them in your own ideas, and hopefully they visit you at your nursing home, you have to take a chance. You have to actually believe in something like that. Believe that you could have it. And then go out there and find a mate. Find someone who's going to have raise those children for you. It's not as bad as they make it seem. Believe me. It's one of the best things I've ever done. Because at the end of the day, you work so hard, and sometimes you sit back and you're like, what is all this work for anyway? I'm working to build another man's dream, build people's corporations. They get to keep equity. I get nothing. I get a measly paycheck. And the day, something goes wrong for whatever reason, I'm not able to come to work, they give the position to somebody else. So there's got to be something bigger than you that you're waking up every morning to go to work for. The cool thing is that life has given us a hack in our own children. That's the hack, the legacy hack that a lot of people talk about. Talk about legacy, but legacy is I don't really care for it. Once you're dead, you're gone anyway. Why are you worried about legacy? But when you have children, you have people who you literally imparting your own ideas into. Hopefully, you are doing that, and not social media, larger larger culture. You impart your own ideas. They take after you. They look like you. There's nothing bigger than that, in my opinion. Nothing better. And I challenge you all to give yourself that experience. Atlanta Track Club, some type of track and field event coming to Piedmont Park, Atlanta. They're setting up for it. I wonder if it's this weekend. Yeah, man. Give yourself a shot. Have some children. I think that at some point in the future, we're going to it's going to be cool again to have kids. I'm optimistic about it. We're gonna have communities again. We're gonna have young parents and young kids and little communities and people coming together and uh, doing things because you care about your community and not because you are trying to take something from it. So a lot of people, a lot of times, this sharing economy that we're in with Airbnb, you get a lot of transient people going through the city, and they don't really, it doesn't foster. Uh, People don't care about where they live. They don't care to invest in where they live. But if you, but I think that that's going to come back. I think it's going to come back. And you want to give yourself a head start. Get your own family. Get your own family, people. It's actually easier than you think. All right, that's it.